Good morning to those who listen. It's February 21st, 2023, 2:49 a.m. And I thought I would finally get to this video that I've been trying to do for a few days now about the 99 red balloons, 99 Luft balloons. So the 99 Luft balloons could actually be translated into 99 air balloons. All right, so let's put this together here. Going to go to this here first. Give you just a little bit of background. Now, if you're young, you're not probably not going to know too much about NENA and 99 red balloons and Luft balloons. The song was originally done in German, but then, of course, to get it to the American audience, they did a English version. But the English version flopped, but the German version went all the way up to number 2. If it wasn't for Jump by Van Halen, it could have been a number 1 song. So they had, the original song, the 99 Luft Balloons, came out in 1983. So it was March. So that would make it 40 years next month. But then it was released in 84 in other countries, including the United States. Let's see. That's pretty much, I think, what I just wanted to give you a little background before we get into the other stuff. Okay. Now we can go on to the next one. Oops. Went to the wrong thing. Back over here. Bam. Stop that. And go over to the next tab, which is what is the meaning behind 99 Luft balloons. So a lot of people thought it was about nuclear war, which in a way it could be construed that way. But it was considered a protest song. So in the lyrics, a boy and girl innocently release a batch of balloons into the air. Confused by these flying objects, international governments panic, triggering a nuclear holocaust. And of course, the flying objects, they thought they were UFOs. So in the English version, they were red balloons. They weren't UFOs. So there's a kind of little bit of lost in translation between the English and the German versions. So it was a protest song about living in Germany at the time where the Berlin Wall was still separating East and West Berlin. All right, so let's move on. Now I'm going to play the songs, and hopefully it won't be a problem for the YouTube and the copyright stuff. Let's get back over here and go here, here. Share this over here, and whoops, hold on. I want to make sure get to the right one first. Okay. All right, and this one here, bam. Hopefully it's sharing correctly. It looks like it is. Let me look. Yes, it is. Good. Okay, so I'm going to play the versions. Both of the versions have the lyrics on the bottom, so you can read along with it. All right, here's the listen and read the lyrics to the end of the song, it does sound like nuclear annihilation. The dust of what used to be a city. It sounds like that the countries went to war over these balloons, thinking they were something else. In the English version, it makes it sound like they were. It was just the red balloons, but then everybody kind of went crazy over that. But the German version, as you will see, was more of like UFOs. They didn't know what it was, and then how they reacted to it seems a little bit different. So let's go over to the next, the German version. So in this one, it's a lot different. Did I put it on the right one? Hold on, make sure. Oh, I didn't do it right. All right, back over here and there. Okay, I wanted to say something else about that's the other one. I think I got rid of it, but I can get it back real quick. There was something about the song that I wanted to also mention, but I forgot where it was. So give me just a second. Oh, originally the reason the way they got to the song, the keyboard player in the band, he got the idea for the 99 Luft balloons from a Rolling Stones concert that they went to, where they released balloons at the concert, and when they floated off towards the horizon and the lights shining on them made them look like UFOs. So that's kind of where the song came from. And it's also based on a book too, uh, where these kids bought balloons at a store, and then they were going to release 100 balloons, but one of them they lost, either lost or it, tore or broke or something, so they only had 99. So that was kind of weird too. All right, back to the German version song. Now these lyrics are a lot different. I mean, it's the same, but it's different. But also the video is different too. And if you wait till the end of this song and then another short little one, I've got a little extra treat for some people. It's kind of a weird thing, but you'll understand. or what? So the lyrics seemed a lot different, and it's weird too for me because I always preferred the German version, and I never really, I guess, looked at the lyrics for the German version. I just assumed that it was the same as the English version, but I guess it wasn't. So that's kind of crazy. But anyway, all this, uh, the point of this is to kind of say, hey, look, 40 years ago, uh, NENA, a one-hit wonder, at least anywhere outside of Germany, puts out a song that could be what is happening right at this point in time, 40 years later. Now, I got a weird theory thing, and I'm going to show you the next video. I'm kind of curious how the other. Yeah, I never, all right, let me just go over to it. Oops, I gotta do it right over here. There we go. So I thought it was funny. I did the video about the Simpsons, right? Well, here's another one. I don't remember this episode. I've watched like every uh Simpsons episode. At least I'm probably missed a few episodes here and there. I don't remember this, but this was Homer singing 99 Luft balloons. Let me make sure it's on the. Yes, okay.
Here's your tip, Goldilocks. If you want it, dance und sing.
Auf 99 Luftballons auf ihrem Weg zum Horizont hin, manche UFOs aus dem All. Darum schickte ein General.
Oh, ja, das ist gut.
They want a second verse. Hope he knows it.
Ein Fliegerstaffel hinterher, Alarm zu geben, wenn's so wär. Die Reibung am Horizont und 99 Luftballons.
So I thought that was really strange. All right, so that was just a little thing. I don't remember that episode. It's just weird too. So the last thing I wanted to say was, I'm going to show you there's I found an old video from '83 of where NENA was on a German, I guess, music show. I'm not sure what kind of show it was. And I believe she was receiving an award, and then she sang the song. She had a little interview with the host, and it's kind of interesting because she's wearing those earrings. Now, the earrings I wanted to mention was Skull and Bones, and it just seems weird. And it was in the other video too. I never noticed it before, but it's in this one too. But there's also a little tidbit that I wanted to add onto it. So let's go over to it. Am I on it? Yes, I am. Okay. And then there's a little treat, but I'm going to show you the earrings first. And oops, wrong one. It's not on the right one. What happened? What happened? It should be. It's not on the right thing. What happened? There it is. Weird. It wasn't there, and now it's there. Okay, sorry. All right, so this is from Germany. And let me just start playing it. Hit it.
Mit über 50%, 50,4% für 99 Luftballons, 50,4% für NENA. Das war ja ein Hofknickser. Du Du musst dich setzen.
Das war so
Na gut,
abgesprochen?
gut, dann setzen wir
I
uns.
do not know
Dann
why
setzen wir
they
uns. Das
kneeled
ist
on
ein
the
schönes
floor.
Anfangsbild, was der Pitt Weyrich sich ausgedacht hat. Das werden Sie gleich sehen. Das ist die goldene Eins. Heute Abend bitte keine Angst in Dortmund in der Westfalenhalle und in der Umgebung. Die sind heute Abend tatsächlich noch da, nicht? Denn ihr fahrt von hier aus direkt aus dem Studio raus nach der Nummer 1 Präsentation in Richtung Dortmund.
Ja, wir haben es tierisch eilig. Also
Okay. Skull and Bones for earrings. She was really pretty back then. But anyway, Skull and Bones. Does that mean something? Is she part of this whole thing? Did they actually make a song 40 years ago and then recorded it with an artist who would with a song later on would be actually predictive programming for something that happened 40 years later? Yeah, that's a stretch. But when I saw the Skull and Bones, I'm like, that's kind of strange. And there's another thing there's a little thing I'm going to throw in here, and then there's one other thing I want to say. So please stick around for the end, because when you see there's something else that makes me think that maybe there is something to this after all. I'm getting to it. Sorry, it's taken a while to get there, but check this. Okay, so the added tidbit in this one is, I think, at another minute away, but back in the day, back in the 80s, 70s, probably 60s and stuff, German culture was a little different than any other countries. The women used to not shave their armpits. They would go unshaven. And it was normal that for them, I guess, but everybody else, any other country thought it was, I guess, disgusting. And sorry, I got two thoughts in my head at the same time, where I wanted to make sure I remembered both of them, but now I forgot the other one. I can't pause this. I wish I could always pause the live stream, but it won't let me do it. Okay, so what was I saying? Okay, the armpit thing. Oh, so she didn't know, she thought it was just normal. But then when people started telling her, because people started talking, she doesn't shave her armpits. So then they think that's what happened. That's why she was a one-hit wonder. So after that, she shaved her armpits and never went unshaven again. But for women, I think it's kind of disgusting for women to have underarm hair. But I would make an exception this one time for her.
Ja, dann fangt mal an.
It's kind of
tierisch eilig
sexy
haben
in a
Sie
way.
es
I
mit
don't know why I
99
think
Luftballons.
that,
Lasst sie fliegen. Das
here you
ist
go.
Ihre Nummer 1. Hier ist NENA.
Added treat.
hast du etwas Zeit für mich? Dann singe ich ein Lied für dich von 99 Luftballons auf ihrem Weg zum Horizont. Denkst du vielleicht grad an mich? Dann singe ich ein Lied für dich.
I'll try to give you a little warning ahead of time right before. There's a couple times, but the one where you can see the best is in just a few seconds. They do a weird kaleidoscope thing, and the second one, right after the second kaleidoscope thing. There's one. Next kaleidoscope. Right here.
99 Luftballons, ihren Weg zum Horizont hielt man für UFOs aus dem All. Warum schickte
So there's a couple more times where you can see at the end. Well, at least she didn't look like she was thick, hairy armpits. Number right there.
Das
And
war
right there.
NENA. Gute Fahrt zum Flughafen Tegel, guten Flug und weiterhin eine erfolgreiche Tournee.
All right.
Servus. Tschüss.
Now for the one last thing I wanted to talk about, which another reason why I think this might actually mean something. And sorry it took so long. If you're still here, you're going to get us a little extra bonus here because I thought it was really strange. All right, go here, share this one last thing, and then I'm done. All right, so we got right here. All right, now I was really looking into the NENA thing, and NENA means little girl. In German, it's German girl. But if you take the letters in the anagram, NENA, this is what you get. You get the national emergency home. Where's the thing on it? Where's it at? National Emergency Number Association. So they've been around for 55 years, and it's these numbers here. I guess I better be careful not to say it. Those numbers right there. And you call when there's an emergency. But this also could mean a date that happened back in 2001. So ain't it strange that NENA is National Emergency Number Association, which is those numbers, which also represents, back in 2001. And then along with those earrings with the skull and bones, makes me think that maybe there is something to it. Maybe, maybe not. Sorry it took so long to get to that. But that's it. Oh my goodness, it was 30 minutes I did this. That was terrible. All right, well, thanks for watching, and God bless.